Cowboys friends, Cowboys fans, Cowboys family. What's going on? It's your boy Foots, the King. Bradley McDonald's my real name. Drummer, producer, singer, songwriter, pretty much everything music wise. And hey, before I go any further, I just want to tell you guys thank you. I always do that just because I'm humble, and not only am I humble, but you guys don't have to watch these videos. You guys do. You guys share them. You guys give me great feedback. That means something to me. You know what I mean? I'm nobody. I just have an opinion, and you guys obviously, somewhat believe in it, and give me a lot of credit for taking notes, which I'm gonna continuously do, and just try to formulate an unbiased opinion. That being said, this is not really a note thing. This is kind of an impromptu thing as far as just my thoughts on the Tony Romo, on his career, and my thoughts on his speech. Not even his speech, but his statement. First and foremost, I think it's a lot of Cowboys fans and football fans who should really just be ashamed um, of how they slander this man. You know how they really just obviously, if you know football, you really didn't appreciate what this guy did. Tony, I went back and just, put together a lot of research about how much he was asked to throw the ball and why he was so good in 2014 and his attempts were down. This front office did a poor job of putting teams together around Tony. '07 was a great team, and that was the team that Tony waffled. And then, of course, everybody knows the botch snap. And then, obviously, 2014, we had the catch. But up until then, man, the teams around Dallas just weren't good. They weren't built right. You had us doing things like getting free agents like Roy Williams mid-season. You had players like T.O. on the team. You had your owner meddling. Tony had to fight through all of that. This is an undrafted player who really may not have been on the field had it not been for Quincy Carter and his drug problem. And Tony, obviously he was paid well, but some people it's not about the money. But I've seen this theme of Tony. Let's talk about Tony's injuries and the meme of Tony getting hurt. Man, Tony's a great football player. So everybody's argument is 2 playoff wins. Man, that's weak. Mark Sanchez got, I think, 4. It's not about playoff wins, y'all. Matt Ryan has 1. Joe Flacco has a bunch of playoff wins. Go look at Tony Romo's teams. And then I'm in the NFC East, and it's like, let's take the Skins, for example. They haven't had a quarterback in years, and I don't even know if Kirk Cousins is their answer. He's not that great. Kirk Cousins can't tie Tony Romo's shoes. The Cowboys were terrible at quarterback. Tony Banks, Drew Henson, Vinny Testaverde, Drew Bledsoe were terrible at quarterback before Tony came. That window from Aikman to Tony, those guys in between were terrible. Last year, great offensive line. We had terrible quarterbacks. It's sad to me that, I see Cowboys fans just really forget what Tony has done. And obviously Dak has the high hand. He's been extremely professional, and Tony has as well. And his speech was professional. But that's sad, y'all. And you need to tell Cowboys fans today, like, yo, Tony gave us a hell of a run. His run still may not be over because you never know what can happen to Dak. He's been up front, he's been professional. He hasn't taken one interview this whole time. He didn't want any of the limelight on him this whole time. I think Tony really gets a raw deal, yo. And that's sad. He's a great player. He's been on bad teams, bad offensive line, bad defenses. I think 2014 the defense was ranked 20th. Defense wasn't great. That Green Bay game we got shredded. A-Rod picked us apart. You got to know what you're talking about in football before you just start saying these outlandish things about a player. Everybody wants to point to playoff wins and Super Bowls, man. Show me the whole team. Show me the whole body of work. The argument's weak. That being said, man, Obviously, Tony's made a lot of money, so he's good. But I still, this guy was undrafted, farthest way up a depth chart. He's been slandered for years. It's hard being the Cowboys quarterback. He's never came out saying anything negative. He's never been petty. He's been always professional, always prepared. He's had big interceptions. He's a playmaker. He's a gunslinger. He's also given me some of the greatest moments I've ever seen in football. You know, the team is good now. I think Tony will be great with this team, but right now it's Dak Prescott. And the fact that Tony came out and was a man, I respect that a lot. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of y'all watching this video who couldn't do that. If a young kid came and took your job, you couldn't do that, yo. I'm telling you, you couldn't. That man humbled himself in front of on live TV. He humbled himself, and that's amazing to me. And I salute Tony, yo. I really do. Cowboys fans, I'm out. I'm gonna have some more content to y'all. You know what I mean, next week. But appreciate this, man. Let people know. Let your kids know. Tony was a great. He's a great. Salute to you, Tony. Cowboys fans, I'm out. Peace.